11th August last year was a dark day for the Christians of St. Peter's Church in Ndeba in Kampala. They woke to the news of the demolition of their church, allegedly by one Dodoviko Mwanje, who was claiming ownership of the land on which it was built. This and other related conflicts paint a picture of how the land question remains a big challenge in the country. Land is not only one of the most critical resources, but also means of the realization of human rights, such as the right to food and right to life. What then do the different presidential candidates' manifestos say about this important factor of production, to which most Ugandans attach a lot of economic, cultural and emotional value? The NRM manifesto proposes to increase the land fund, cancel land titles that were issued by the district land boards on land that was already occupied by customary land tenants, and fight corruption in the court system, among others, as solutions to the land question.
Fragmentation of land is another big challenge. So what we are saying, we want to support, first of all, to intensify sensitization of modern inheritance practices. These modern inheritance practices that are going to discourage the division of land. We shall also have to put special attention on corruption in the courts of law.
The National Unity Platform says land transactions will be made transparent by completing and operationalizing the digital mapping of the entire country and correcting errors and fraudulent changes made during the digital mapping in the current regime.
One, the natural resources that God endowed us with that are seated right underneath, our soils, the minerals. We want transparency on this matter. Uganda is incredibly gifted. The other issue is the question of land grabbing. Land grabbing is a time bomb waiting to explode in our country. We want to focus on this, but also instances where the poor have been deprived of their land by the rich, powerful, connected people. These things have got to be reversed.
According to the FDC, the land sector suffers persistent problems of administration, duplication of land titles, poor handling and permanent loss of records, among others. But how do they plan to correct this?
First of all, we want to ensure we eliminate multiple interest on land. We are going to do this by issuing certificate of title, but also certificate of occupancy. If you are a tenant, your tenancy must be recognized and you must have a document. Norbert Mawo's Democratic Party want to establish a stolen assets recovery tribunal to deal with national assets corruptly grabbed under the pretext of privatization and to recover land and other assets grabbed by the rich, powerful and well-connected.
Our policy in DP is that land must continue being vested in the hands of citizens. Secondly, if the state should acquire any land, they should compensate the owner of the land at the market rate, and it must be done before the land is taken over.
However, some people think the manifestos are not clear, especially on women's land rights.
And many of these politicians are not giving a lot of emphasis on supporting people to exercise their land rights. So we could have some candidates that are really promising to do something around that, but I don't think it's enough. But I know for sure that women, land is very critical to them, and therefore women would really check out to see who is speaking about their problems that they face, like disinheritance, like being sent away from their homes and so forth.
In Uganda, 85% of the rural population depends on land for livelihood and survival. Land is a resource for all regardless of where you are. Everyone's life depends on land in one way or the other for food, shelter, water, income and culture. For some individuals and communities, land is essentially related to their identity and standard of living. Herbert Kamoga, NTV News.